figured I'd do a video today only for the simple fact that I've had this Cameo 4 Plus for almost about a year. And I want to give my honest opinion on it, and maybe it might help somebody out there that's looking to get something to, to start off with. I got it for the simple fact that when I was looking to get into it, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was like, oh, the Cameo, and at that time, the Cameo 3 was very popular. So the Cameo 4 Plus had came out, and I decided to get it. So I purchased it. I think altogether at that time when I purchased it was like $430. Came with a mat, the cord, the power cord. I'm sorry about the noise. It's actually cutting back there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, it's been good for me. The machine works. The machine does what it got to do. I mean, it's very easy to set up, very easy to, to align everything. The only thing is that you're limited to, I think it's 14 inches wide. So it really doesn't cut 15. I mean, I stick rows through it that are 14, I think, and a half or 14 and 3/4. That's the way I buy my vinyl. And it's worked fine. I mean, if I do it through the roll, yes, I can cut longer. Most of the time, if I'm doing small projects, maybe 4x4 designs or whatever the case may be, I would use the mat because for me, it's not moving around, and I think the lines will be a little sharper. Some people might say I'm wrong, some people might say, hey, whatever. But this is my opinion. If you're doing it as a hobby, and you're only going to use it once or twice, maybe in a week, I would say go for it. I have done numerous shirts with it, and I'm still doing it. I've got 85 hoodies to do this week, and she's gonna be it. I did purchase a bigger cutter, a more professional cutter from US Cutter. Waiting for it. So, like I said, she works. She does her job. You might go through, people say they use the same blade for a year. I'm actually on my 3rd blade. This is how much I use this machine. On my 3rd blade. The first time I've used my blade, it was working fine, almost a half a year, but at the same time, I didn't have a lot of business. I didn't have a lot of shirts. It was just, 1, 2, maybe 3 shirts a week. And that was the bottom line. But now, as of, I want to say June of 2021, my business grew. I started to get more companies ordering shirts. I started to get more local town stores ordering shirts. I try to keep my prices competitive with them. But at the same time, I don't want to lose, so I'm not going to charge them what a big print shop would charge. But at the same time, my time is worth, the money. So, like they say, you do a good job, you're going to get repeating customers. And that's what I have. I have repeating customers. I treat them fair. I do everything for them. I make it easier for them. The one-offs, yeah, I do them, but I choose not to. I would rather have a bigger bulk order. And yes, people are going to say, you're crazy. You should screen print. It's a lot easier, a lot less money. But you know what? Right now, starting off, well, I've been almost a year now. Next month, I'll make it a year. Right now, at this point in time, for me to buy a whole screen printing equipment is not I don't think it's gonna be feasible for me. It's not gonna work. I will have to learn the whole setup, and this is why I chose to do it the route I chose. I have tons of vinyl here. Like I said, I just ordered the actual cream that I'm using there. I got 20 yards of it. That's how much I'm gonna be using. Like I said, this machine, let me get closer so you guys can see it. I'm not gonna try to make this too long because I know people have been complaining about it. But this machine, it does its job. And it holds. Every now and then when they do an update on the Silhouette Design Studio or whatever they call it, sometimes it messes up. I had a problem the last update they did that I had to go back to a beta version. And I mean, it's very easy to use. It's just common sense. It's easy. Trust me, guys. You guys will get the hang of it. I did it in no time. I learned it in a week or two. I mean, yeah, you're gonna keep learning more and more things as you go along. But like I said, this machine is a workhorse. I have no complaints with it. Besides, I'm limited to that 14-inch cutting space. Now, if you're doing decals for windows or decals for storefronts or decals for trucks or decals for vehicles, company vehicles or whatever the case may be, I do them. And this machine is not letting me do it. I mean, I have to keep pacing things together, and that's always a room for error. So if you're gonna spend the $430 that this machine costs, it might be a little cheaper now. I think it's what, $399 now? If you're gonna spend for it, you might want to look into getting a more professional, or even not even a professional, but something that is a little bit bigger. It will help you in the long run. It'll get the job done that you need to get done. I mean, I'm sorry about the turning around and all that, but I'm trying to keep it as still as possible here. I actually try to get a tripod to hold everything together straight, so yeah, okay, much better. Sorry to make you guys dizzy. So yeah, I think if you're only using it for less than, 4 shirts, 5 shirts a week, you're good. If you're doing multiple runs, I would definitely say go with a professional one, because you're only adding another $200 to this price to buy that professional. But don't get me wrong, if this is what you can afford, get it. Like I said, this machine is a workhorse. It does its job. It handles the job. It really does. It gets tired. Sometimes I might have to do a few cuts. I'll shut it down and I'll walk away. I'll let it, cool off or whatever the case. The motor might get hot or whatever, because it is a stepper motor, so it's a little bit, it's not as accurate, as a servo motor. So, but it does its job. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, I got 80 something hoodies to do this week. I've got 2 companies I gotta do it for. I actually got 30 as we speak right now, sitting in the box. Plus another shirt for somebody else. I have a few more that's coming in this week. I'll talk about different brands in another video. But like I said, guys, if you're doing this as a hobby or you're just getting started, you don't have the money like I did. I didn't have the money, at that point in time. I had just parked my truck. The pandemic was going through. Shipments weren't going out, so I was losing a lot of money, so I had no choice but to park my truck. So I brought what I could afford. I brought an Amazon press, I brought the Cameo 4 Plus, and I went to work. I put myself out there, I got business cards, I started, trying to get this money coming. And so far it worked. You know, I'm dealing with companies that, you know, was dealing with Vistaprint and Printavo, whatever they call it. I mean, now they're dealing with me, so that it makes me happy that my work is up to par, and I'm happy that they chose me. You know, that's keeping me busy. Sometimes it's gonna be slow. Sometimes you're gonna get a week or two. Sometimes a month that's gonna be slow, that nothing's gonna come in. But eventually, when you get hit, you're gonna get hit good. And that's what happens to me. I can go a week or two, sometimes 3 weeks, and then I'll get hit hard. I'll have, 80, sometimes 30, 40, sometimes I'll have 65 t-shirts in one shot, and I try to get everything out within 13 to 14 days. Actually 13 days. That's my goal. My box has got to be shipped before 13 days. So again, guys, if you are deciding to get this Cameo 4, if you can spend the extra money, I would say go with a professional machine that can cut 34 inches wide, that can cut 52 inches wide. That's if you're doing decals for storefronts, or you're doing decals for trucks, or even companies with company vehicles that they just want a door sign or whatever the case may be, or magnetic signs. I would say get a bigger cutter. Spend the extra $200. Spend that $600 something. You're not even getting a real professional. Real professional. I mean, you're talking about $3,000 for a big cutter. But like I said, just get something that's warranted and people back it up. These people, they only answer to you in email. Anytime you have a problem, you have to send an email and you have to wait. So your job is stopped until you get that email back. Sometimes it might take a whole day for them to get back to you. I've had that done. But they do get back to you and they try to help you out, but sometimes it helps, sometimes it don't. So you just gotta be a little bit knowledgeable, I guess, mechanically inclined, I should say, to go in there and try to change everything up and try to do things yourself. But don't get me wrong. This machine is a workhorse. It does its job. It does its job. If you're only doing t-shirts and small little decals, I would say go for it. Buy it, because you ain't never gonna make a design bigger than that for a t-shirt or a hoodie. Never. Trust me, buy it, you won't go wrong. It's a starting point. It'll get you on your feet. It'll get you going. I'm pretty sure you can go on other people's pages and you can see that they tell you the same thing. It is a workhorse. So, guys, take my advice. If you're doing bigger designs, go bigger. Go a little bit more professional. But if you're just doing t-shirts and small decals, this is the way to go, man. I mean, it does everything for you. There's no measuring, there's no putting on different blades and making sure that's paper thick, and this is the way to go. I only had one bad time that I had to actually find the blades, and they were out of stock everywhere, but they're back in stock now, so it's easier to find now. Guys, I'm gonna let you go because I'm reaching that 15-minute mark. Trust me, buy it. If you're doing t-shirts and decals, you won't go wrong. And it will make you money. I am not lying. See you later, Print Fam. Love you guys all. Take care, stay blessed, and make that money like always.